It is officially NFL Combine Week. Happy Monday, Vikings fans. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend watching Olympic Minnesota, or the United States win some Olympic gold, of course, last Thursday. The women's team taking care of business against Canada. Then, of course, yesterday, the men's team taking care of business against Canada. First U.S. men's gold medal since 1980. Super cool to see. Honestly, probably look, living in a state that doesn't experience a lot of sports championships, it was super cool just to see a team that you're rooting for make it all the way and win the big one. Yeah. Of course, winning a gold medal at the Olympics, one of the biggest honors any athlete in general can get. But especially when it's kind of put together with hockey, especially being from the state of Minnesota. So super cool to see that. That game was super fun. That the final goal in the women's game was absolutely killer. And then, of course, Jack Hughes getting his teeth knocked out, coming out, scoring the game winner in overtime was awesome as well. Or you could say former Minnesota Wild forward Jack Hughes once we end up bringing him here. His contract is up in New Jersey because his brother's going to be here for a long ass time. But anyway, super cool to see. Awesome game. Woke up early for it yesterday. Watched from start to finish. Really cool for the elation of that moment yesterday.
What up, Dan? What up, Mafia in the building? SKOL Fest 26. Let's go.
And he's gone. All right. Well, he's done this twice already. He's popped out when we've
my bad.
There he is. Okay.
I guess I have like a back button on my mouse or something like that. So I better get that figured out. No, going to this, just the Olympic stuff. Man, no, it was cool. And obviously, you mentioned how like cool it is, especially from a state that we're not getting a lot of championships and things like that. But the cool thing about the hockey one, like even comparison to basketball or something, is like in hockey, USA isn't like the automatic dominant team. We're like the underdogs in that one scenario. So it is fun to watch us win as the underdogs, especially against Canada, and going to win that one. But that was really cool. It was really cool to see the Wild players. Quinn Hughes had a hell of a whole Olympics. Sure. Yep. He got the game winner against Sweden. But in this one, it was cool. Matt Boldy scores. And that was a really sick goal. Just by himself, pushes the puck forward and ends up scoring.
Dribbles in the air pretty much. Crazy stuff.
Yep. So that was sick. And then even going into overtime, it was cool to see like the out of the first three guys on the ice for us is Boldy, Quinn Hughes, and just our guys out there, man. It was kind of cool to see so much Wild being such a big part of that as well. So really cool to see that.
I mean, I know I did tweet after the game too. Like, you guys can keep your four nations face off. We'll just take that damn gold medal. Like, so cool. And like, look, it was a game that the U.S. got absolutely dominated. Like, you can outside of the first period, we got our asses kicked, right? But it almost felt like that thing in the third period. Like, man, just get to overtime. I think you got a shot here. And you do got to give a ton of credit. The one guy that, obviously you want to talk about the goal scoring and everything, but Connor Hellebuck, probably one of the most amazing games of goalie I've ever seen. Like, that save is going to be up on, like, that's going to be made into pictures, and that's going to be up on walls.
It's going to be made in a movie, Miracle 2.0.
Yeah. Like the how he was able to get that stick back there and just like, that's an open goal. Like, that's an easy goal. But the fact he was able to get his blocker back there, get that thing, or get the part of the stick back there, get that thing blocked, redirect it. Just magic stuff, man. Super cool. He's one of those guys, like, no matter where he plays, like, he's got to go back to Canada because he does play up in Canada. But no matter where he ends up, though, throughout the U.S. in the next coming games, I feel like he's going to get a pretty large ovation from the fan bases at those spots.
Yeah. I know it is kind of funny that he has to go back straight to Canada.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Canada, we're sorry about that.
Let's go. Some more shout outs here. I got Barber in the building. SKOL family. SKOL, what's up, my guy? Let's get it. Bleeding purple, I see you. SKOL up. That was the first.
That's the one thing I will say about hockey. Like, the Wild are having an amazing year, which I've been watching more.
Yeah,
I do think, and that's why I say about like why football is so popular and why football does what it does with the scoring. Because I do think a big reason why people don't always like hockey is it's cold, right? But I do think another reason It's just the scoring's all like the scoring can be so low. I think people like big numbers, they like excitement.
Yeah.
But if you sit down and watch a hockey game, it's probably one of the most exciting. Like there's not a lot of stoppages. You can hit each other all you want. You can literally get in fights on the rink. Like it's a high energy game. I think the scoring is just what keeps people out of it sometimes. But it is one of the things. Like now that I've given it more of a chance, I see the allure of it. Like it is just a paced, nonstop action type of sport.
Especially if you go to the games, because it just has like a high energy. It's like high energy, like club vibe, like energy, club energy type of thing. Because you're just in a little arena. There's so much going on. There's banging. There's all that kind of stuff. The big thing for me when it comes to hockey is like, I mean, I can get bored because I'm not the biggest hockey guy. I used to be more like it was always kind of like, it's like for me, it was like football number one, and then like basketball, hockey, baseball were like grouped it together. Now basketball is way up there on my list, and hockey's kind of came down a little bit. And I'll get kind of bored sometimes with hockey, but when it comes down to like end of the third period or overtime and it's tied, I mean, it doesn't get much more intense than that amount of time right there. Like you, or even like a first one score wins.
Yeah, or even like a pull a goalie situation.
Yeah, I mean,
when a team's down one with 2 minutes left and they're just on like an onslaught of 6-on-5 hockey. Like it's
100%.
It's exciting stuff.
100%. Gary, our guy, I'm proud to call all of you friends. Obviously, Gary, we love you, bro, and we are glad too. And I know where this is headed. Obviously, as we have on here, we might as well get into it and get just do this first things first, and that is Rondale Moore, the passing of Rondale Moore. Obviously, that one kind of, I mean, that one, obviously any death is going to hit, but that one just kind of hit different. Obviously, Vikings player, you understand, as Vikings fan, you understand like the things he's been going through on the field. Obviously, off the field is a big part of this, and I don't know anything about that, but on the field, going through the injuries. I mean, he was like as soon as he started breaking out as a receiver in the NFL, he was a former first-round pick, right, or early second. It was early second, and was breaking out with the Cardinals, and then gets injured, and then deals with like an injury for a couple of years. Comes here, has a healthy training camp, and then
that first. And you and I were watching the game together, so you could just tell as soon as he took that hit, it's just like that. That didn't look good for a guy with a bad knee, and of course wasn't. I mean, obviously he was in agony on the cart leaving the field. It's just
that's tough, man. It's just tough.
It's terrible situation. I mean, it is kind of one of those things where when this stuff happens, like you should be thinking about it all the time, right? But when this stuff happens, it kind of hits home more to check in on people, check in on your friends, make sure everyone's doing okay, especially the ones you may know might be going through some stuff. Even if you don't, just still reach out, say hi. Like it's just something super easy that unfortunately when this stuff happens, it does kind of make you think about that more. Something we should all be thinking about on the regular anyway, but these ones do, especially, 25 years old, whole life ahead of them. And obviously nothing's official yet. Don't really want to speculate anything until you know exactly what happened. But what is being reported, it's just terrible situation, terrible spot.
Yeah, terrible. And, it's unfortunate because it's just, as Viking fans, it's something that Vikings fans should understand. And some of our players going through not just that stuff, but even, passing away and things like, we've talked about it, like even with the cornerbacks and obviously, what's his name? Kyrie Jackson.
Right.
Like, that's just as recent as that. So yeah, that's terrible. And that's another thing too. Like you talked about, like, when you hear about those things and you check in on your friends, and even Gary say, I'm proud to call all of you my friends, and just having those support people around you for things like that. But another thing too is like, it does make me think more about like just the way people, like media, fans talk to football players. And I get the whole thing. Like even like when people come after Kirk Cousins and things like that at times, like I get it as far as like, he hasn't won this playoff game. So it is what it is. It's talk. But I would say, and this is me personally, and people can say it's soft or whatever, but the stuff with JJ McCarthy, this poor kid, I'm like, people are going, I feel way too hard on him. And I think, and it was interesting because Jonathan Grenard throughout his whole thing and basically explained what I'm trying to say right now in a tweet. And then JJ McCarthy retweeted him or reply tweeted him or whatever. And then you just know that McCarthy's probably going through it with some of this stuff. And I know he also has a history of of depression as well that he has mentioned before too. So you're like, man, I just kind of hope some people kind of lay the fuck off a little bit on this young kid.
Like, it's just, in general, these are people. Like, yeah, they have a job to do, and sometimes they do well, sometimes they don't. But like, what does going on a social media platform? And I mean, because this can be the outcome. Like, someone isn't mentally, like, this can be the outcome of just one tweet that someone might read. So think about that before you go on social media, especially these people that go on there without a face to the tweet, like kind of fake name, like, I don't know, maybe tortured Minnesota sports fan. Go on there with some fake name and start talking shit all the time, like without actually showing your real face. Like really weak-minded stuff.
And it's just like they're chasing likes and views a lot of the times. And it's just like
we're talking about something a lot more serious than what, but the thing, like you mentioned, the JJ McCarthy stuff, and that's kind of something that, of course, he retweets last Thursday, like, or absolutely nasty USA gold medal, right? And that tortured Minnesota sports fan, literally the first comment is something like, "Oh, I bet you got hurt tweeting this, didn't you, McDog shit?" Like, what's the point of that? Like, what do you gain by making that tweet?
Yeah,
especially under a fake ass name with no real picture.
Right.
Pussy shit.
Yeah.
Absolute pussy shit right there.
It is some pussy shit. That's what it is. Like, no face. Fuck you.
Yeah. Just
like, I get it. Like, it's part of the game we're playing here. Like, there's going to be some level of criticism and things like that. Like, there's going to be whether the players like it or not, there's going to be some level of criticism. That's a difference than, JJ McCarthy shit talking is what's working right now for views. So you have so-called Viking fans leaning into it as hard as they are. So I don't know. I don't like that, especially like you said, like if you do it with the face, at least you're just saying you're talking your shit, I guess, and throwing it out there, but doing it just behind. And there's like popular Twitter accounts doing it and people just feeding into it. And obviously me and you talk about it and you don't really fuck with all that. But
right. Because unfortunately, like what happened here, I mean, obviously we don't know this whole story. We don't know what was actually behind it, but this could very potentially be an outcome of that, just by people just not keeping shit to themselves and having to go on social media for clicks and likes. Like, this could very well be an outcome.
At least
so think about that next time you're going to go just talk shit to someone you don't know on a social media app.
Yeah. Like, to that extent, I don't know. But obviously, we're going off a little bit, and I just kind of going off of what Jonathan Grenard brought up about Moore and, more with the injuries and all those kinds of things, and people even saying the injury stuff to the extent it's different. Criticism's one thing, literally just burying people over it is another thing, whatever. But that's the kind of stuff, like, people take it personally or or you don't know what's going on in their life. I don't know. And that's kind of with the Rondale Moore thing. It's just hard to, it's just, I don't know. It's just a tough situation. And this is a guy who's a wide receiver, a guy that we were hoping was going to help us last year and ends up with the injury and now ends up this way. So it sucks. But we can continue moving on here.
So basically reach out to your people. Don't be a dick.
Yeah.
And this type of stuff might not happen.
Yeah. Criticism's all right. It's fun, but anyways, let's keep on rolling here. We haven't had a chance to talk about this yet, and that is Kevin O'Connell and Rob Brzezinski deciding not to talk during the press conferences at the Combine. They're going to be doing some more internal media type of stuff. Obviously, when it comes to the Combine, you're going to get some hard-hitting questions, and I know us Viking fans want some answers as far as what's happening is, what's this dysfunction? Is there dysfunction? Do they have a plan? Do they have all this stuff? Is this just like going on a whim as far as everything? Like, we don't have any answers. It doesn't sound like we're going to get any soon. What's your thought on this whole situation with them? Do you think it's a big deal? Do you think it's not that big of a deal? What do you think?
I don't like it. I think, again, with everything that's happened, I mean, like, I think we said we just recorded a video for Bleacher Report coming up tomorrow, which go check that out, by the way. Yes. But that is kind of something that I brought up. Like, obviously, we as fans, like, we deserve a little bit of clarity. Like, we deserve some hard-hitting questions and some answers, especially with the stuff that kind of going on behind the scenes with Kwesi, Kevin O'Connell, all that type of stuff. Like, the fan base deserves some answers.
Appreciate
And unfortunately, we're not going to get that clarity anytime soon. And this is a big moment where these guys stand in front of the national media, not just the local media. And look, it's already kind of been out there that some people think our local media is a little bit weak. Think that maybe they don't always ask like the hardest questions. Think there's maybe a little bit of a script when it comes to these questions. They try to just let these guys off easy. But there's a lot of things that would be interesting to know about, right? And who knows, maybe at the end of the day, maybe the combine isn't the place for those. Maybe that's a thought process. Maybe like, hey, we're at the combine, we're talking about upcoming players, we're going to be asked all these other questions, and we want to focus on what's going on with the players we're watching right now.
Fair.
And maybe that's what the local media guys will keep it focused on that. But it still would be nice to have an opportunity for people to ask those questions and maybe get a little bit of clarity on how things were behind the scenes. Like, again, I understand why they don't want to answer those questions right now, but I don't love the optics of just like, it does almost seem like they're trying to duck it, right? Like that is something that I can definitely see when it comes down to it. Like they're trying to kind of get out of having to answer these hard hitting questions. They want to push the can down the road. Because obviously the main things are going to be, what was your relationship like with Kwesi? And what are you guys going to do at quarterback this year? Like those would be the main questions they'd have to answer. And I can understand why you'd want to push those down the road. But at the end of the day, to me, it's just not a great look that they're not going to be talking. Right.
Yeah. And that's not a great look from our perspective. Like for us, like we want answers, like and we're fans, but I mean, even like everybody media, us, like we just want to know what's going on. Like we haven't heard a press conference after that. I want to just see what Kevin O'Connell, I want to see how he says, like, I want to know if he's leading the charge or have an idea if he's leading the charge or how that's going to look. But I do think you make a really good point that if I'm them, like you're there to scout players. I mean, if Rob Brzezinski and Kevin O'Connell, specifically Kevin O'Connell, if he's there and he is kind of running the ship, steering the ship, I guess is what it is. If he's the one steering the ship, then this would be the first combine that he's kind of the guy out there. And you probably don't want any distractions because of how the last handful of drafts have went. And I do think that's a good point. And even what Dan said, they never say anything in those press conferences anyways. And I don't know if they would bring it up, but you know, it probably is better for Kevin O'Connell and Rob not to go out and say anything. I don't think at the end of the day, it's probably really not that big of a deal that they don't, but I'm still with you a bit, though, that kind of is a bad look from a fan base that's like wanting answers.
And I think it's more on O'Connell. I mean, to me, it's like because Rob Brzezinski, like he's just kind of doing the job till they find somebody else. So that one, for me, it's more O'Connell. Like it does feel like they're almost trying to protect O'Connell from having to answer those questions.
Right. Yeah. So it'll be interesting. Obviously, you won't hear anything from that. Hopefully, we'll see a lot of them out there watching these guys. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. But we'll keep on rolling here. So Kevin O'Connell, no press conferences. I kind of just wish they would overall. It's not going to be the end of the world. They're going to have to eventually. It'll be interesting if someone does ask them something. Maybe they will, like when they do the other little what is it? Are they doing like little is it just for K-Fan and
they said like on the record
stuff. Yeah. So hopefully we get something from that. We still could. Maybe it's just not blindsided questions. I don't know. So hopefully we get a little bit out of that either way. They're there to talk to agents, players. Tamper like everyone else.
Honestly.
So, and let them do it. Let them do it. Keep it on rolling here. So talking about the combine, kind of snuck up pretty damn quick this year. I feel like obviously it feels like the Super Bowl was just like 2 weeks ago. Oh, it was like,
I think it was 2 weeks.
But I think that's how it always is. I don't know. It usually doesn't feel like it goes as quick, but positions of need. Obviously, we have talked about this before. I'm assuming, I guess not just positions in need, but just positions that you're really going to focus on because it's different with the combine. Obviously, there's just skill positions that are more fun to watch that matter more when it comes to the combine compared to other positions where it's not as big of a deal. I guess I'm going to start with this. What is your number one position that you want to watch in this one that you're going to be paying the most attention to?
Yeah. And so to preface this, right? Because we're going to, obviously we'll kind of go down the rabbit hole. Positions of need, maybe we'll rank them eventually too. Yeah. But I believe I read somewhere it's 2 weeks and you got to be under the salary cap before the new league year starts, which by the way is coming up incredibly soon. So I do think that some of these rankings, there's going to be some kind of quiet ones until some of these cuts are made, which should come sooner rather than later. So we'll see what happens with all of that.
Right.
But for me, the number one that I'm watching, it's probably defensive back. And look, I know obviously Jonathan Allen, Javon Hargrave didn't work out. I think one of those guys will be cut. I have the feeling Jonathan Allen sticks around. But I mean, they obviously still need bodies there. But to me, I just think that, look, Flores did what he could with a very, very subpar group of corners last year. I mean, guys just did not live up to the billing. But to me, I am looking at defensive backs first, corners and safeties, of course, because I mean, cornerback wise, you have Byron Murphy, you have Isaiah Rodgers. Neither of them were spectacular last year, to say the least. So I do think corner you're looking at, but then of course Harrison Smith. What's he going to do if he retires? I think you still have a couple holes of safety. I don't trust Josh Metellus as an everyday starting safety. That's not what he was re-signed for. And Theo Jackson just did not show me anything that he can be trusted as a legit starting safety next year. So I think safety is a spot to look, and I think corner is a spot to look. Those are the first two that I am looking at when it comes to the combine. Like, obviously, defensive interior is still interesting to me, and maybe center. But the number one thing I'm watching is those defensive backs, and we'll just kind of group safeties and corners together for that.
Yeah, and we'll get into some like specific players and stuff. But I'm kind of with you. But I would say the thing with where we're at right now, anyways, and who knows, there's speculation on where people are going to land, But right now, as far as first round picks, because obviously when you're going into the combine or anything, like you're probably starting with like first rounders or second rounders, the top 3 rounds. And then maybe you have like your guys that you like that are a little bit later that you want to see. And obviously, as far as our first round pick goes, so far, it doesn't seem like the top 2 cornerbacks in Delaney and McCoy have a good chance at falling to us. There is Terrell, and I know a lot of people really like him. I haven't had a chance to really look at him too much yet. I will soon here, though, which actually I want to talk to you about, plan around that. But I know I think right now with him and people, I think Tyler Fornes actually said he's the best cornerback in this draft. I don't care about his size, which is good to hear. So now I'm like, okay, I'm intrigued, but
size doesn't matter.
But I've been telling people for years size doesn't matter. Not one fucking person believes me.
Height or
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, of course, height. Yes. Yeah. Anyways, so he's a guy that could be floating around there. I really want a taller cornerback, but yeah, I don't know. So I'll be paying attention to the cornerbacks, but it does kind of feel like there's that gap there. Like as far as the first round, we might not be in the best position to get a cornerback unless you want to grab Terrell. And if you do, that's fine. But you are getting a shorter guy or whatever. Or if one of these other guys, like what's the Texan kid's name? Woods, maybe? No, not Woods. Or the Texas kid.
For what position?
Colton Hood, I think.
He's Tennessee, I think, isn't he?
Tennessee, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, Tennessee. Colton Hood. I know he's a guy that's like sneaking up into the first round and stuff. So maybe if he has like a really good one, he sneaks up there. Things like that. But that being said, that's why the cornerbacks one, it's not as high as on my list compared to like even safety. Because obviously you're not going to get Caleb Downs. We have a few other safeties. We're going to get into it in a second here. I don't know. What do you think? I mean, I guess we could kind of go with players as well right now, but there's a few safeties in the second round that are kind of going, I know, doing mock drafts and stuff. They're landing around us. There's a few safeties there that are real possibilities for us to go get as in the second round. Some people have some of these guys going in the first round. So I do think that's going to be a position that I really want to look at. Another one I really like is running backs. Obviously, again, I know a lot of us want Breece Hall, and we'll see how everything goes in free agency. That hasn't happened yet. I do want to see how these guys look. I think Bucky. I think it was Bucky. What's the NFL the guy?
Bucky Brooks.
Bucky Rook. Yeah, Bucky Brooks. I think it was his. Someone on NFL had us still landing Jeremiah Love. I don't think that's a chance. If he comes in there and does really well, it probably is even less of a chance. But it would still be fun to watch him. I know we have. We're going to get into more. So running backs, obviously, is just fun. That position's still open. We still need someone specifically athletic is what we're looking for to spell out Jordan Mason. with the assumption, and maybe I probably shouldn't even assume this, but that Aaron Jones could be gone, or he's just on his last year of this 2-year deal.
And that's kind of where I'm at too. Like that's why the sneaky positions I was talking about were kind of running back and tight end. Because I do feel like Aaron Jones has a good chance of being cut, and TJ Hawkinson, that's definitely up in the air. So that's like those are two positions I'm watching, thinking like there's a chance in the next couple weeks here that might become a bigger need than it is right now because of those reasons.
Yep, exactly. And then the other one, defensive interior, that's a big one because as far as going back to the first round, and if there isn't the top cornerbacks aren't there, you don't want to get Terrell. Who knows? Maybe he even goes up even higher, but his size. But maybe he's good enough. I don't know. But the defensive interior is like the next popular one. And a lot of these defensive interior guys are kind of dropping either around our pick or even behind it. So it'll be interesting. And we'll get into those guys in a little bit too as well. But it'll be interesting to see if they if any of them have really good combines and one of those guys kind of separates themselves from everybody else. So I think defensive, if I was going to say like running back is still just one I want to see. It's just the most athletic one. Wide receivers are always fun, but I'm not as concerned. And then defensive interior.
As of right now, we're not very concerned about what happens.
As of right now, anything could happen. Anything. Charles Davis. I think actually that's what I was thinking of. I think, yeah, it was Charles Davis that I was thinking of, not Bucky Brooks. I think
I think both those guys do mock drafts. So
yeah. I think he is right though. I think it was Charles Davis that actually might have been the one.
Right tackle, depending on O'Neal. I don't see a scenario in which O'Neal isn't back on the team next year. I think he's still solid. I think they like his leadership too much. I think they'll come to some sort of agreement on either an extension or restructure that keeps him here for the next few years. I don't think now tackle depth is definitely going to be something, but I just don't think you're going to be looking at that early.
Yeah, sorry, I was reading some of these.
Oh yeah. Some of those comments on there. Yeah, I guess some people's got to put substances away for a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, something's going on over there. But yeah. So defensive interior though, so that's gonna be an interesting one. I guess we can go into it too, just like players. Let's just do it. We just do it all.
What's going on, Jackson? Thanks for being on, man.
Welcome in. So players. We talked about positions. What are players? Actually, let me start this because I just was bringing so many up. I'll just say it right now. So out of the, I'm just going to start with safeties because I was talking about the ones that I want to see as far as players that we want to look at. Caleb Downs, most likely going to be gone. Would be crazy if not. If he ends up being there around 12, that would be really interesting since we were sitting there for a while. But as far as the other wide safeties goes, you got Emmanuel McNeil-Warren.
And that's a name I feel like has really risen up over the last couple of weeks.
And people say he's a beast. Dylan Thieneman was like the early favorite safety, like going right into this offseason. And AJ Halsey. So you got like 3 safeties there going in the second round that could be going around when we pick again. And I think that's going to be interesting as far as even potentially moving up to the first round. So I think there's like a kind of a 3-way battle between them to see kind of who can pass each other. Those ones are always fun when they're like right next to each other. And it's kind of like those are like when people say take the combine with a grain of salt, 100% fair. But when it gets fun is when these guys are neck and neck, and it kind of like, what do you do to like push one of them over the other? That's where the combine is kind of nice to see. And that's a position that I would really like to see which one ends up having the best combine.
I think safety, of course, is one, because I mean, that's even what people are talking about with Caleb Downs, right? Like, you see a lot of mock drafts, he goes top 5. People question, like, are you going to take a safety that high in the draft? Right, because safety doesn't have as much positional value. But then you look at what a guy like, we watched him a lot last year, Nicky Manwari, right? Gets drafted in the second round. You watch that guy play his first year, and you're like, damn, like teams at the bottom of the first round are like, we probably should have taken that guy instead of who we went with, right? So I think a season like that from a second round safety could potentially change the minds of these decision makers on where you value the safety position at and how good, I mean, how big of that Seattle defense already legit, but how big of a difference was having Nicky Manwari back there?
Right.
Just a big, tall, hard-hitting safety.
Right. Yep. And especially seeing him go later and Starks go later last year. And of course, it's going to be the year that we need a safety is going to be the year that 4 safeties go in the first round for whatever reason.
Hey, but if it makes it so we take Coy Parrish next year in the first round, I'm all in.
That could, even though he's not a gopher anymore.
No, it's okay. He's still an ESCO kid though.
Yeah, he is.
I don't care where he
Okay,
plays
too.
college.
Yeah. Yeah, true. But going into defensive interiors on my side of things, I mentioned all those names, and a guy that like it seemed like was never going to drop to us, and now they have him as like the second or sometimes third defensive interior is Peter Woods from Clemson. You have Caleb Banks, that is known for a guy to be kind of explosive and athletic. Caden McDonald's a run stuffing type of dude first. I don't know if he's supposed to, like, if he comes in and has a really good combine. Lee Hunter, another guy. It's kind of those four will be interesting. I think, I mean, some people want Lee. I think some people see Lee Hunter as the best in this class, and you kind of have four guys. It's like Caden McDonald seems to be like the most stable one out of them all, and then you have Lee Hunter, Caleb Banks, and Peter Woods that kind of have more of the upside. I mean, Peter Woods definitely had more than just upside there, so it'll be interesting to see if any of them kind of break loose. I know Caleb Banks is 6'6", 330. So he's a big boy, and it'll be interesting to see. He's someone that, like, if he has a good one, he could go like, he almost needs to have a good one just to kind of stay where he's at, let alone if it's bad, he could drop type of thing.
And then, like, it kind of depends on, like, when you look at that position too, like, what are you looking for exactly, right? Like, do you, like, I mean, obviously the new age NFL, you want those interior guys that can get after the passer a little bit. But you look what the Vikings do have, right? If you do stick with a guy like Jonathan Allen, right, who's going to still under contract, keep him around, you feel like you have a guy like Jalen Redmond who is solid. Like, he's not spectacular, but from where he came from, like, solid at both the pass, defending the pass and the run, is getting after the quarterback and being a run stuffer at that spot. Levi Drake Rodriguez had some big moments as well. So of course, like, the guys that can do both are the guys that are going to be probably valued more in that place. It's probably going to be out of our range. But, like, what are you really looking for from a defensive interior guy? Like, what I'm looking, like, I think we have enough of the guys that can get after the quarterback. You obviously still want that, but we've talked about it for years. We're missing just that big-bodied guy that can just clog up the middle. We don't have a guy like that, right? Like, we thought Hargrave was going to be that, but obviously the age, the injury history, like, it just didn't work out this year. But I think that's what this team is kind of missing. This team is missing, like, that big-bodied run stuffer. And if they can get after the passer, it's only an added bonus. But if they can't, you have the guys who have shown that they can be something in this league.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, 100%. And that's what's interesting. I was just looking at this draft, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 9 of the top 11 defensive interior guys, according to PFF, are all over 300, which is interesting because usually last year, like, when we looked at the last couple of years, when we looked at defensive interior, we didn't see a lot of guys. We saw a lot of guys under 300. Like, last year, Kenneth Grant, I don't remember. He was a big boy, but he was like the only one that was like cleared 300 easily. Like, maybe another one was like 310 or something. I forget who it was. But yeah, now you have a lot, like, there's a lot of options in this one as far as like leaving away with a big guy to kind of hopefully do that for us. So even potentially in the second round.
For sure. So of course, yeah, I mean, that's a position you and I have been watching that position for years, and, like, thought maybe you had something with the Allen Hargrave signings last year, but it just didn't work out. And that's probably a big reason why Kwesi's not the GM of this team anymore.
Right. Other positions, running backs. I mentioned that earlier. Jeremiah Love, the obvious one. And like I said, there was a mock draft that still had him going to us. I really don't think that's going to happen, especially if he does really good. But as far as now, we don't have as far as right now, we didn't do anything in free agency or whatever, meaning you still would like a running back in this draft, even though we think this is a good free agent class, that we could go find something there, especially with Javonte Williams' deal kind of being a little underwhelming, ends up being about $8 million a year, makes you feel like, hey, maybe this is the year to go grab a guy in free agency. But we know the guy who spelled out Jeremiah Love, Jadarian Price, is considered the second best running back in this class. Going to watch him. Jonah Coleman, I guess he's like kind of a little bowling ball. He's 5'9", almost 230. So, I mean, if he comes in and, kills it in the combine. That would be crazy to see from him. And then I know your boy Emmett Johnson. I'll throw that to you, but I know he's someone. If there's a guy in this draft, I know you're gonna go check. Probably the first player that you go check. It's got to be Emmett Johnson.
Yeah, and I watched some of his highlights at Nebraska, and that's the one thing. And that's like this is where the combine is interesting, right? Like when you look at like the positional drills, the 40 is what a lot of people talk about. For running back and receiver, I do think that makes some sense. And with Emmett Johnson, that's what I want to see. What does that 40 time look like? Because when I watched him at Nebraska, I didn't see a lot of bursts. Like I saw the shiftiness, I saw the elusiveness, which is kind of what we need, the ability to catch the ball. But the top end speed from what I saw on the highlights there just wasn't quite there for me, right? So I just want to see what does that 40 time look like? And how does that play into how he plays the running back game, right? Is he going to be one of just the more technical guys, or is he able to bust away? I don't know that for sure yet. That's what I want to see, and that's definitely one of those things. Yep. And that is definitely one of those things that the 40 time will tell you. But coming off a phenomenal season this last year, he interests me for sure. I think he would be a good complement to a guy like Jordan Mason, but also you do want a guy with some speed.
Yep.
So that's what I'm looking at. Like, what does that 40 time look like for a running back that has the shiftiness and all the other ability? What is his top end speed? And that's where that becomes a little more important.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm with you on that because I like what I've seen in him as well, but we'll see kind of what happens. We'll go into cornerbacks right here. I kind of brought it up that I just feel like we might be in this
free cone. That's also good. Change of direction. Yeah,
right,
absolutely.
Right. We're talking about cornerback. I mentioned earlier that I feel like we might be kind of tweeners in like the draft this year, unless one of these guys dropped. And let's want Avian Terrell, who is only, he's 5'11", 180, a little bit shorter. I know I always want a guy who's over 6 foot and a little bit closer to 200 pounds, maybe 190 to 200 pounds. You do get that in Mansour Delane as well as Jermon McCoy. Those guys might be out of our range. And then if you do want Terrell, I know people do like, I see a lot of people have Colton Hill moving up to the first round. So maybe he's someone to watch closely here. But outside of that, obviously there's a lot of other cornerbacks that you want to pay attention to as well and just see how well they do overall. I know D'Angelo Pons, he's smaller, 5'9", 173. But I was watching him, and that dude makes a lot of plays. And he obviously he's going to be more of a nickel guy, but I think that dude's going to come out and have a really good one as well.
Keontae Scott out of Miami is a guy to watch too. I mean, I know his name came up a lot in the playoff. I think he had a pretty rough national title game, but he's still a guy they have ranked very highly.
Sweet.
He's a guy you could definitely watch for. And then I think I've seen Brandon Cease out of South Carolina State mock those a couple times as well. I mean, 6 foot, 190, coming off a pretty solid season. He's another guy that I've seen mocked to this team because of what they think Flores can do with him.
Yeah,
solid against the run, really good against the run. Solid.
We really need one. We really need one. Gary, who's the best coach, KOC or B-Flow? Best coach.
Let's save that for the end because that could get interesting. That could get spicy.
Yeah. Remind us, Gary. Remind us to come back to that. Actually, we'll do a mock draft, of course, like usual. We'll do that when we're headed that direction.
Hey, Mary, how are you?
Nice to see you. What's going on, Mary? Nice to see you.
Things are well.
I'm at work. Just want to say hi. Have a great week, everybody. Yeah, you too, Mary. You too. Keep on rolling here. I got a couple more guys that I think specifically would be fun. I'm going to start with the more boring one, and that's going to be a guy that a lot of, arguably one of the most mock drafted guy I've seen, and that's Jake Slaughter, the center out of Florida. I think a lot of people don't. There's Connor Lew and Sam Hecht, who are, according to PFF, projected to be like the top 2 centers, but they're going to be kind of out of our range, I think, as far as using our picks. So Jake Slaughter might be a guy that you might be able to get into the 3rd round. So I think a lot of people will be looking at that, as well as centers in general. Obviously, you do want a guy with some speed there. Logan Jones is the other guy everybody keeps bringing up. I know he's one that's undersized, but it does sound like he might have some athleticism and things like that. So those are like a couple.
Iowa is really good at producing like the boring positions, the offensive linemen, the tight ends, safeties. Like they're really good at those positions that people don't think are very sexy, but they always produce just really, really solid talent.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's like it is kind of grindier positions. And then lastly, the last player that I think a lot of Vikings fans are going to want to keep an eye on. And that's going to Kenyon Sadiq. I know the tight end out of Oregon. I'm like basically out on a tight end. You're talking, what is this guy? 6'3", 245 pounds. You're talking about a bigger tight end, a more physical type of guy. And if he goes into the combine and just shows out, it's what kind of needs to happen for him to be like, at least in my opinion, where I'm like, maybe because unless you trade back and you were to get him, I don't really like the idea of getting a tight end in the first round. But if he just shows out, I think it would make him a lot more interesting as potentially being a pick.
Yeah,
in our pick in the first round
for sure. And again, all of this is kind of hinges on what we do with Hawkinson, right? Like, I mean, I could see a cut, I could see a restructure, I could see a pay cut, something like that. We'll have to see. But I mean, tight end, if he gets cut, tight end becomes a very interesting position to watch.
I know that's the hard part. Is like, yeah, a lot of guys were watching at the combine last year. Running back was easily number one in my books, and then we get trade for Jordan Mason, and then I'm like, well, we're probably not getting a running back at least early. I thought we would still get one, which we didn't. But that's a hard part.
I know we liked Brashard Smith. I feel like that guy's going to be something for, unless of course if the Chiefs grab if they grab Jeremiah Love, then that's a window. But if they don't, I think Brashard Smith could be something over there.
Yeah, people are saying Breece Hall too.
It'd be interesting.
I think that I saw something where that's where they project him to go is Kansas City. Jeremiah Love would be pretty good for them.
For sure.
Obviously. But if they could go and just get Breece Hall and then use that pick on something else, which I don't even know, maybe another receiver.
Yeah.
Since all of the other receivers are fucking getting in trouble.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's basically where I'm at watching some players. Obviously, you know, there's some other guys, kind of more random guys that keep an eye on. But as far as like kind of looking at who we might get in like the first couple rounds, I mean, cornerback just has to be, but I do think we're tweeners. Defensive interior and safeties. Like, I would not be surprised if we leave the first 2 rounds with a D tackle and a safety. And I think we're in a good spot for either of them. Potentially, to get a really good one.
For sure.
Okay, I'm serious out on Jamie talking about Harry. Wait, okay, I'm seriously out on Jamie talking about Harry lineman. Gary, what are you talking about? You don't like Harry lineman? I thought that was your favorite topic.
Can confirm.
Can't confirm. I'm serious. You don't like linemen, dude? But yeah, so we'll see kind of what happens. But let's do a mock draft.
How many rounds?
What are you thinking?
3, 7, 6, 5?
We'll do 4.
Can't do 4.
Yeah,
what?
I know.
We can't do.
I know.
That's pointless. It's 3. What do you think?
We can do 3. Why not?
All right, so I'll get this set up. Zoomer in a little. All right. And go. Oh, all right. We went fast. Okay, so let's do a little recap.
Here, let's go back. Let's run it back. Let's do a little bit slower.
All right. Undo. No, I'm just kidding. Go back. All right. Yes.
I'm gonna have to fix that. So yeah, my side mouse button brings me back.
All right. So,
Gary, you calling in? You actually like calling in on here, Gary? Gary, come on and run a mock with us. That's what you mean.
I think that didn't this turn out exactly the same?
There might have been one guy in front of 7 round. Dan wants
obviously we'll just go Mendoza 1, of course. Ruben Bain 2 makes sense. Arvell Reese 3. David Bailey 4. Caleb Downs 5. That's still wild. Didn't even need a safety, and they took him. Makai Lemon, Jeremiah Love goes 7. Mansour Delane goes 8. Peter Woods goes 9. Jamal McCoy 10. So basically, all the guys we want are gone in the top 10.
Gary, you want to hop in?
If that happened, I would not be surprised about.
We'll run it back, Gary. If you pop on, we'll run it back. You can run this thing. I
mean, there's really no. I mean, it's already kind of ran out.
No, I mean,
same picks getting made.
We'll run it back. Yeah, true. We'll see if Gary pops in here. But we'll just kind of go through this real quick anyways. Well, I want him to run through this himself if he does pop in here. Go down. So Caleb Banks, rank 17. Spencer, obviously Terrell. People, I do have to really look at him. But I wish why couldn't he
I've
just
seen some people, I mean, just to think if this guy could ever go to center, which I don't think he would, but I've seen some people looking at him.
I'm good on getting a center in the first round, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously,
we
said that if he does drop,
Lee
Hunter's up
which
there.
is a guy I know we saw up on the kind of in that range.
So wait a second. Did the Ohio guy get picked?
Yep.
He did.
I mean, at this point, because look, there's how many, like, there's a couple defensive interior guys that feel safe taking. You got the corner there. You still got Terrell. Trades, I mean, 22 would be the next one. I'd do that.
Let's see that.
Chance only.
Yeah.
I mean, geez, you could get.
Yes.
Oh, let Gary in here.
There he is.
Let him make the call. What do you want to do?
Wait. I have to. How do I do this now?
He's got to add Gary. Got to add him.
He is added. I have to. Oh. What the? Hold on.
Yeah, I think you only have it set up for the max of 2 people being
here. Give me 1 second, Gary. Give me 1 second. I'm screwing this all up. How do we not have this for 3 people?
The magic of live podcasting.
Yep. We're getting you, Gary. I just got to fit this for this many people. Let's see. All right. Hold on. Almost there.
We're working on it.
I thought this would have something already. All right, I'm just going to stick with this. And then
and you can. This is the proof that we're live all the time, and none of this stuff is pre-recorded.
There we go, Gary. We got it.
Now are the mic settings set up properly?
His camera's down. Gary, just let us know. Oh, he's off. We'll wait. We'll wait for you. We can run. We can just run it back once it gets back on. What do you think?
Do what? Do one now and wait?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'd be cool trading back here, I think.
I definitely think we do that. So 22.
I mean, they're willing to give up basically everything else they have, just not 55.
They weren't. What happened when you click 55?
13%, unless we just toss in like. Okay.
161.
Yeah, they won't take 161. And no 197. And 202.
All right. 97. Let's take 86, I guess. Let's take 86, 123.
Take everything just for 18.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. A ton more picks. Fall back a few spots. Terrell's still there. Lee Hunter's still there.
What's our trades looking like?
25 with the Bears.
Yep. 57. I'm willing to give up the 9. I'm willing to give 97 now.
Okay. Even though we can't take it all, we want all the rest of their shit.
What's 97? What's 9? Ooh. All right, we'll take it. Playing too hard.
I mean, that's all right.
Trade back one more time.
6'4", 330. Solid.
Yes.
I say we do that.
We could do that. I haven't checked this guy out yet, but I know a lot of people really like him.
I like that spot.
What's the trades looking like?
34.
Nah. All right. Pull the trigger.
A little different. We've never taken Lee Hunter before. I like that.
We got some picks going now.
49, 57, 82, and 97. We got to keep all of our shit.
Damn, Dylan Thieneman is up there. Damn, all the safeties gone.
Yep.
You got Keontae Scott.
What do the trades look like? 80, 52, 3 spots.
Who's this kid?
I mean, yeah, 6 foot, 194. I mean, solid season. I would just do that. I think I wouldn't get too cute.
Yeah.
Position in need,
Pull
solid value. I like it. Still have more picks.
Double down.
6 foot, 195. Another corner.
Look for
Solid
Kilgore.
coverage,
Yeah, look
4
up Raymond. Look up Kilgore real quick. Where does he go? Go to safeties.
153. So we could get him.
Is he a safety?
Oh, he's a corner.
Dan?
Yeah,
Can he like be a safety?
Maybe.
I mean, that could be worth a shot later.
We
could double down on corners. Just stack that corner.
I don't hate doubling down on corner. I mean,
let's see what else is there. You got Price.
You could. I mean, depending. If you do decide to move on from Jonathan Grenard, you have Van Ginkel, you have Dallas Turner. Do you add another edge spot?
Good.
I mean, you're getting 6'3", 260, huge season with a.
I just don't think we'll do that. I think if I'm Brian Flores, I'm like, do not touch.
Or
Jonathan Grenard.
Do we look at Jadarian Price here?
Oh, on PFN, he's a safety. All right. I say I don't think we have that many picks, but I would circle back and grab him later then.
We have a little bit of fun here.
We could go running back.
Because otherwise you're looking at another corner, which
I mean, we probably don't need another one. It'd be more of like just having another person.
I mean, what you're getting here is you're getting a quarterback with a ton of talent who doesn't have a ton of miles on the legs since he was the backup at Jeremiah Love.
Yeah. Click his name again, Jadarian.
5'11",
210. What is he, a speed guy? Elusive rating, yeah, 118. Okay.
3.9 yards after contact.
All right, let's run it.
I like the idea. I like that.
Price here. All right,
yeah,
Bob.
A little different. Little bit different. I think that's good. Derek Moore fell in the 3rd round, huh?
Even though we would have been able to get your boy.
Forgot
about that.
Double down.
Deontay Lawson.
Tall. 6'2", 228. Linebacker.
Not bad.
Malachi Fields is still there? That's interesting.
How about this Jack Feller? This Jack Fellow at the top.
I almost hit draft.
It's going to be a big
I mean, not much of a
6'4", 236. Not much of a catch guy.
Yeah, it seems like he'd be another Josh Oliver.
Yeah, we good. Gary, you still trying to hop back on?
And did we go defensive? We went defensive interior already.
Yeah,
right?
we did already.
Still a solid run defender, 6'5", 337. So Justin Jolie, I know people talk about him too.
Let me know if you're trying to get back in here, Gary.
How many people going Justin Jolie?
What's our next pick?
97.
How about this? Jacob Rodriguez. Ooh. There's Gary. Gary.
There he is. I am really sorry, guys, but right when I was trying to hook up with you guys, I had my grandkids call me, and listen, as much as I love you boys, come on, guess
what?
As much as I love you guys, I love my grandkids even more, right?
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Just being honest. So, anyways, so you guys are kicking in the draft mode. You guys are kicking it and stuff like that. So, I have one question that I really want to ask you guys, though, right?
What?
So our cap is kind of a nightmare, right? What are you guys going to do to fix our cap? Come on, guys. What are you going to do, GMs?
What am I going to do?
What are you guys going to do?
His name's 3 letters, ROB.
I think there's a plan in place. I mean, obviously, I don't know how much you can trust like the over the cap stuff. And I know even Jamie and I did the whole GM simulator thing last week. Like,
yeah, we figured it out.
I think there are easy moves that can be made to get us under the cap. And I mean, yes, it might hurt you in the future, but I don't know. I just feel like there's always a way. There's always cap manipulation spots in order to get yourself back under the cap. And I think they have a plan.
I mean, cutting TJ and or Hargraves, or even just restructuring TJ would almost cut more than almost half of it, at least half of it, right off the bat, right? Just them two players by themselves.
Jamie, yeah, and that's true. We're talking some giant numbers there, but we're also talking some of the most impactful individuals on our team. So what are you really willing to give up? Give up money or give up impact on the team? I mean, seriously.
Hawkinson's impact on the team.
If they could find a way to do something with his contract, keep him around, I'd be cool with that. To me,
he's got to be restructured.
Aaron Jones and Javon Hargrave are the two easiest just cuts to me right now.
Yeah, how much we owe Aaron Jones?
I love Aaron Jones for the attitude. I just think I think if you bring him back, I think you're going to deal with a lot of the injury stuff we saw last year. I think he's just at that point in his career.
What, you guys want me to be true or just friends here?
True.
I mean, Jamie already has a child, and Casey, I ain't seen you get much of anything. So I mean, where do you want us to pull the trades in here, bro?
What was that?
Some trades?
He heard it. He knows damn well what I meant by that. He knows. That's why he's laughing.
What do you think we should do? Do you think we don't have a chance to mess with this cap? I mean, that's the thing, is we've been in this situation, like even the whole Spielman leaving and being in cap hell thing, we seem to always figure out how to get players. And I don't know, so far, ever since we've started our channel, I've believed less and less every single year that the cap thing is fucking matters. Because every year it seems like we're in the same spot besides last year. And then somehow we get Zadarius Smith, even though we were like, I don't know how much money we were down, but I think we were like leading the league that year that we got Zadarius Smith.
Well, probably one of the wisest thing I've ever heard on a show was about what Casey was at 3 years ago when you said, listen, this cap is a myth. There's ways around this, and everything can be made to look like it's, a little queef in the wind. And you someone said something like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he used queef in the wind exact. Now that I remember.
that is part of my normal vocabulary. Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying too. Is like until we like go to a free agency and we're like, oh, we're fucked. I'm not like, even though, maybe it is kicking the can down the road, maybe it's all these things, but and not even my words, basically what people much smarter than me are saying is that the cap thing isn't as big of a deal as we're making it out to be.
Well, it's not. I mean, we've seen
cap situation anyways.
We've seen this do this many times, but okay. So how about this? All right. So we need some draft capital here, gentlemen. All right. So are you going to trade Addison? You're going to trade Hawkinson? You're going to trade Greenland? If we're going to do a mock draft, what are you guys going to do to set this thing up? I really want to know what you guys do, because here's the thing. Everybody else here doesn't take you guys as, some at face value. I do. I know you guys are smarter than what you really appear.
Whoa, you're saying that
that sounds like smart? A compliment wrapped up in an insult, man.
Yeah. I love you boys.
That's crazy, bro. This whole time I thought I was the smartest guy on the internet.
I fuck with you guys all the time, man. No, I love you boys.
Oh yeah, we love you too.
Absolutely, man.
Seriously, what are those questions? What are you guys gonna do? Seriously, you're the gym. Hey, guess what? We have no gym. You guys are in the gym now. Well, go GM. What are you guys gonna do?
What did we do last week? What did we do last week?
We didn't really make it. We traded, because I know, and we've tried that thing before. We've traded players away for picks. We didn't really trade anybody for picks. We traded picks because we were able to bring in a what's his name, Dexter Lawrence. Does someone want to do me a favor and maybe start? Hey, thank you. Okay, you did that. Cool.
Can I tell you what you boys did last week? You took this skinny way out to answer the damn answer. You tried going to a bunch of, come out and say what you guys really want to do here. What do you really?
What did we do last week? We cut DJ Hawkinson. We cut Hargrave. We cut Aaron Jones.
Yep.
We
traded for Dexter Lawrence.
We traded for Dexter. Yeah, but even besides that, because that did put us kind of in a difficult thing.
Yeah, because we weren't able to get Breece Hall like we wanted to.
We restructured Grenard, right? Brian O'Neill's someone that can be restructured.
I think we extended Brian O'Neill.
No, we extended Grenard.
Oh, is that what it was?
We extended Grenard, we extended Brian O'Neill, and then had a smaller cap hit in the beginning. And that I think we had like 30, 40 million after that happened.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not really in the position of trading away players. I don't think.
Not Jordan Addison.
Unless it is a TJ Hawkinson that can get you a third, fourth round pick. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really in a spot where I don't think we have a ton of I don't know. I don't think we have a ton of guys that we're willing to trade and get high draft picks for. Addison to me would be the one that I could see being the sneaky guy that someone would come in and offer like a second rounder for, and maybe they would do it.
Maybe. But I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it.
I just don't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they have a ton of guys they can trade for high draft capital.
Yeah.
Well, we really don't. Come on, let's be honest, guys. I mean, so we're gonna look a second date, maybe a third date. We don't have that. Now, here's what I really think that we really need, and I want to hear you guys' take on this. And I know this is going to go against the grain. I want us to draft a running back high in the draft. So KOC has no choice but to say, fuck, I got to start running the ball.
I'm going to be sick of Jeremiah Loves. If somehow we could get him. Otherwise, you'd go in the second round. Coleman makes no sense. So there's Emmett Johnson would be sick. That what is his name? We drafted him. This is kidding.
Oh, Jadarian Price?
Jadarian Price. Yeah. Jadarian Price would be an interesting one. Yeah. So that's one in the second round. Like, that's a real possibility, depending on what we do in free agency, because there is Breece Hall's out there, Travis Etienne. I mean, Breece Hall's like the
there's truth to that.
Breece Hall would be sick. This isn't the best running back draft. Last year was a fucking good running back draft, and we didn't take advantage. Really?
So where do you see this draft? Where do you see this class? What are the strengths that you guys really want to start the draft for?
I guess I don't know about strengths, but I just know the positions that we're looking at.
Yeah. And it sounds like strengths in this one is actually really helpful. Cornerback. But we're kind of in a weird spot, I feel like, for our picks. But
I think it's almost like it's either top of the first round or good corners, and then you can look at like guys you're going to get a little bit like day 2, early day 3.
Defensive interiors, looks like there's a lot of, and I said this earlier, I don't know if you were on here, Gary, but we're just looking at the size of some of these DTs this year, and there's some fucking big boys across the board. Like, this isn't just a good defense.
Like different parts of the first round too.
Right.
Like, we do trade back. Even at 18, there's a guy you could take there and people would be like,
yeah, even if you go into the second round. So there's a lot, and they're all big. So as far as that goes, that's really nice for us, I guess. Running back's not great. People say, I haven't looked at wide receivers a lot. People say it's a pretty solid wide receiver draft, I think. Looks like the safeties are really good this draft, especially with Caleb Downs potentially being top 10.
Yeah.
What are you guys most worried about for our team next year?
The health of our quarterback.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I agree.
You did not.
That is gotta be it.
It is kind of scaring me a little. Offensive line too, I think. Just, are they going to be better?
Yeah. I like that.
Because I just think, Flores to me has proven like you can hand him whatever slop you can hand him, and he's going to find a way to make it serviceable at the very least.
With what we already have right now, if we ran it back exactly the same, it's good. It's top 5. So offensive, I think that's a really good one. Yeah, offensive line, being able to be what we paid them to do in draft capital as well as money. And then obviously it really comes again down to, right now anyways, for sure, is McCarthy's health. And even if you go get Kyler Murray, health comes down to health again. You get pretty much any of these quarterbacks, comes down to health. McCarthy, my biggest worry, I want McCarthy to succeed bad. So I want him to just be healthy and good.
So can I ask you this, brother? You know, a lot of my friends here in this community are really hung up that he is, just give it time, give him another year.
Yeah.
Now, Casey, I'm asking this to you, and Jamie, I'm asking this to you too. Tell me 3 things why you think this individual is really going to become who we need him to be.
Well,
Please, help me understand.
Sure. I mean, I just think, and look, I know people don't want to talk about week 1. I just think what we saw against the Bears overall this year, to me, is big. Like, when it matters the most, he found a way to get some things done. And I like that. I think when Kevin O'Connell started realizing, like, I need to change things, and he made an offense good enough for that McCarthy could succeed in, I think we saw that this kid can, like, at the baseline level, he can play in the NFL. So these people out here saying, like, oh, he looks abysmal, he doesn't have a place here, he can't play. Those people are just wrong. I'm sorry to say it. Like, you can say he's not going to be a great quarterback. You can say that. You can say he's not going to be a good quarterback. But to say that this guy can't be a backup at least and play baseline level football is just wrong. I think he has shown it. Now it's up to him and O'Connell to both come into next year prepared. Like, that's a big thing for me. Like, both of those guys need to prove, like, that they can work together to make this thing work. But I think McCarthy has at least shown that he can play in this league at a baseline level.
Yeah.
And that's what gives me hope. Like, I just think, yeah, he's got to stay healthy 100%.
Bro. Yeah.
But I just think I think he has the mindset. I think he has the ability. It's just, can he put everything together, and can Kevin O'Connell put him in spots to get him there?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm sorry, Jamie. Go ahead. Jamie,
I'll throw my little thing out there because it's just piggybacking off.
Yeah, you'd like to throw your little thing out there, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Little thing.
Listen,
yeah.
Right. He's got a child.
Hey, at least I know it works for at least.
And it's a boy too. You got to get.
It's a boy. Hey,
right. Thank you, brother.
Yep. Anyways, how McCarthy? I mean, dude, all the hate is bullshit. Outside of the injury thing, mentality wise, what Casey said with the Chicago game is insane. He won NFC Player of the Week that week. Obviously, it's the first game, but comes back the biggest comeback in NFL history for a quarterback's first game ever. Lions game, dagger when it matters, comes back against Chicago, even if he had a bad game. Like half of the first 6 games when people said that he was ass, he either won it from behind, got the dagger against Detroit, and put the Vikings, like half of them, he played his best in the biggest moments of the games. The other games he played that year, we were too far ahead that he didn't need to come back.
There's some truth to that. Yeah.
There's definitely some truth to that. I mean, what was he? Second or third in the NFL in big time throws. I'm like, that's not a guy that has zero chance.
5th.
He was 5th
in big time throws.
No.
Yeah. Go and look it up, dude. 5th.
Which is still really good, but I thought it was higher.
I'll bet you steak and a beer on it.
All right. I'll look it up right now. Even though, I mean, top 5 would still be really good, but let's see.
5th.
As of late 2020, JJ McCarthy led the NFL starting quarterbacks with 7.2%. That was, I don't know what the date that was, but at some point he was leading the NFL in it. I'm trying to see I forget which website shows us that. There's a specific...
okay, dude. Let's just call it even. How about we?
All right, we'll call it even though I'm pretty sure he was like at least number 3. I think so. Anyways, but still, even if he was top 5, so it's like everybody. So this kid has played his best football when he's behind. And also is top 5, we'll just call it that, top 5 in big time throws. So it's like, all right, so this kid has no chance to be good in the NFL having those things. Not to mention what he finished the season in those last 4 or 5 games with 10 interceptions to 10 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. He's shown he can use his legs. He's shown, he improved everything improved in his games towards the end of the season when Kevin O'Connell said that he was going to stop making him think and making him work around his system. And he's like, I'm just going to go let him play football. Well, that's what he did. He played better. He's able to throw on the run. He's able, I mean, dude, there keeps going. Like all the hate going on, all the hate with JJ McCarthy, all the cringe stuff, all of that stuff. And for him to have that quarterback sneak where he goes in and gritties into the end zone after all that shit talking, this kid definitely, outside of injuries so far, I don't get how there's any reason to believe that he can't be successful in the NFL. Like you can, like Casey said, you can argue like maybe he'll be average, maybe he'll be a lot of things, but saying that right now in his career he doesn't have a shot is.
Come on, the guy's 23 fucking years old. Exactly. I mean, seriously, guys, come on. I don't know if I was even. I ain't gonna turn this into a rated R. There were things that I was doing at 23 years. Listen, I was in the military. I was overdoing stupid crap over there. All right, that doesn't make me smart. That doesn't make him dumb. That doesn't make anything about it. You know, he's a victim of his circumstance, and you guys are in the middle of the same thing that you're doing too with your shows as well. By the way, Casey, I want to tell you this. Would you help Jimmy understand where his place really is with this show?
Right where he's at right now, underneath me.
Oh, that's crazy.
Smart ass. I knew you would do it. I knew you would. I love you,
I do like that. That was good.
Sorry, dude. I just love you guys. Sorry.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
All right. So I have another question for you guys. Seriously, I mean, so let's say that this year takes a little turn, all right? And we're, 5-8, all right? Do you bring B-Flow in to be the coach? If shit goes Irie, do you do it?
It depends. To me, it kind of depends on how
sticky, very sticky.
Right. To me, it kind of depends on why. Like if the offense isn't good, we don't have a solid option at quarterback, and it's just not working. Maybe I don't know. That's tough for me.
Look at Jamie. Jamie's got his fingers over his mouth. He doesn't know whether to speak or not.
Like
I'm waiting.
I would get it if they did.
I would too. I would.
Nah, do I think it's possible? Yeah. Do I think it's going to happen? No,
it's not gonna.
I think
I still look. I mean, again, you can have the argument. Like me and Jamie defend Kevin O'Connell and JJ McCarthy a lot here.
Right.
Like you can have the argument: is Kevin O'Connell a great coach? No, I mean obviously not. Great coaches win playoff games. Great coaches win Super Bowls. He hasn't done that yet. But just like with the people that come out here and just say Kevin O'Connell is a bad coach, I'm sorry to say it, you are just wrong. Like you cannot look at his history and be like, this guy's a bad football coach. Like there's no way you can say. Now again, can you say not great? Absolutely. Can you say he's not a great play caller? Yeah, I would agree with that. But just say the guy is not a good football coach is just flat out. There's no evidence to support that.
So where would you guys build this in? Where would you put the Wilfs in all of this? Come on.
I think the Wilfs are great owners. Now, do they maybe need to spend a little more time in Minnesota and be more hands-on and maybe just make sure, because obviously if the big boss is around, people are a little bit more like toe on the line, maybe. But the people that just say the Wilfs are terrible owners, like you have not seen other Minnesota sports owners. You just have not. Like I saw some guy on Twitter, like they spend a lot of money. What does that like? What does that mean? Like
everything.
That's a huge thing. The owners that are willing to shell out money and let people just do their jobs is huge.
It's like, do you want Jerry Jones? You want that type of situation?
Some people do.
Anybody else come in?
All right.
Even on top of that, But even
I bow down. I get it.
Even adding to that, as far as the Wilfs go, is the money spent thing, and they just made, like, they're the owners that just made Brian Flores the highest paid defensive coordinator in the NFL.
Yeah.
And that's their money. This isn't like cat money or whatever. So I'm like, that makes me mad that they made sure that Brian Flores didn't leave. They're the ones spending that money. Kevin, I don't know. So I'm like, what do you want from an owner? As far as I don't really know what else you want, especially if you're Minnesota. Like Casey brings this all the time. If you're a Minnesota fan and you know what the poll ads are and how they are with money and stuff like that's why they're bad. Yeah,
that was actually very well stated, Jamie. I mean, what question am I really asking? I guess if I really want to get down to it, I'm just saying that I don't know. everybody's trying to point, a finger at, here's the GM now gone, the new GM, the coach, the beef. Everybody's trying to point a finger. You know who nobody ever really points a finger at? The ownership. And why wouldn't we call them out when calling out is worthy of doing it? That's all I'm saying. Hey, call me T-Bass, call me Bob Swede. What do you want me to say? I'm an OG.
Hello. Yeah, facts. Yeah.
Right?
When it comes to all of that, man, I just don't say like how much do they have to say for things. Like everybody wanted Kwesi fired, and that's what they did. Like you could argue, should they have done it earlier? Maybe. I wasn't on that boat as everybody else was just yet. Maybe this offseason or whatever. But Kevin O'Connell, like he won Coach of the Year, so they paid him the money. Like there's gonna be some people who think that he shouldn't even have got paid, but I'm like, how do you not extend a head coach who won Coach of the Year?
You don't. You have to. Come on.
Yeah. Like I don't know. And then I know I've seen people like don't talk to me about his 13 and 14 win season. Like you realize that every time he's had a stable week 1 to week 18 quarterback, they've won games. They've made the playoffs. Like every time they've had those quarterbacks, they've done well. The seasons that go pear-shaped are like, are the seasons where injuries happen and then they're putting in these backup guys, right? Like that's like, or McCarthy can't play a full season. They don't have a good backup plan at quarterback. Now, is some of that O'Connell's fault? Sure. But even because even look at 2023. Like we start off terrible, right? We have all the turnovers. We start off with like 2 wins. We beat San Francisco. We're dominating Green Bay till Cousins pops that Achilles. Like if Cousins stays healthy, again, do we win a playoff game? Maybe not. But that team definitely makes the playoffs and wins double-digit games. Like every time he's had a stable quarterback situation, he wins.
It's up two-toned.
Like, and like with the way that the quarterback is shaken out in our 2 bad seasons with O'Connell, it's not shocking that you don't win, that you don't make the playoffs when that happens. When your week 1 starter misses 5 weeks middle of the season and your backup gets his shoulder blown up, right? Or when you get 2 good games out of Josh Dobbs in 2023, like no other team would do that with a guy who's been there for a week, But like every time that it's a solid quarterback situation, this team finds a way to win games and make the playoffs.
Well, to your point there, and Jamie, as much as I want to say that you're the better commentary individual of this whole show, Casey really does blow you away when it comes to comment. But I'm sorry, bros, just being honest. But with what he was just saying there, seriously, there is a situation where exactly what he's saying is what's going to come to fruition. Where's it going to stand? That's where the grit comes in. That's what separates teams from other teams. It is. And, Casey, I applaud you for saying what you said. And that took a little bit of nuts to say that, by the way.
What can I say? I got nuts. And this is one thing that I think is an argument. Like a lot of people, like they always just want to be good, not great. Like they never want to bottom out and be terrible. And I know a lot of people said that's why Ryan Poles pulled his name out of consideration for the Vikings job, because they said, no, we want to be good. But also look at the last 10 years of Vikings football. When have we ever had a scenario where there wasn't a player good enough on this team you think you could go all the way with, right? Like 2017, you make that run with Case Keenum. Then you bring in Kirk Cousins. He's supposed to be the next savior, right? But you have Stephon Diggs, you have Adam Thielen, you have Delvin Cook, you have a solid defense with Mike Zimmer. Then that ends. What happens when Stephon Diggs leaves? Justin Jefferson comes in, right? Like you have these guys that aren't going to settle for a dog shit tank and rebuild type team. Like this team has never had a scenario in which it was the right decision to completely blow it up and start over, in my mind.
Yeah.
Like there's always been a star player that's like, damn, this team is right there. Like, what can we do to put them over the top? Has it always worked? Absolutely not. But there's always been that level of player here to where it's never made 100% sense to blow everything up and start over. Even with Kirk Cousins, because Kirk Cousins was a guy, if you build the right team around him, he could probably win some stuff. Never worked out, but that was the thought process, right? Like, I don't know. To me, this team has never had a spot in the last, probably since the Christian Ponder days, where blowing it up and starting over was a no-brainer.
Did you really just throw the CP out there? You just did, didn't you?
I got the jersey hanging.
When was the last time that, I don't even know, like you're talking about, like we just said,
like bottom out, awful football team.
Like it's time to rebuild.
And that was Christian Ponder and Leslie Frazier in 2013. That was the last time we were bad, like dog shit bad.
Right. Yeah. Yep. I agree with that.
Hey, so Casey, what do you think the strength of our team is right now, sir?
I mean, I would say it's probably the defense. I would say defense and culture. I know some people don't like to talk about culture because culture makes it seem kind of weak. But again, like the defense is what carried us to a lot of those wins at the end of the year. But that's where I give O'Connell credit. Like this, like the people just not quitting, even on the offensive side of the ball, is a huge testament to the head coach and the culture that he's built there. And yes, the Flores defense was a huge reason why on the field, obviously. And Brian Flores, of course, I think, will he be a phenomenal head coach again? Who knows? But he's a phenomenal leader as a defensive coordinator. So I think him and O'Connell, I think they had a good, and that's why I think Flores wanted to come back here, because I think they have a good relationship. I think they both bring different things, but I think the culture here is good, and that defense is what keeps us in these games. But again, eventually, if this team wants to be great, the offense needs to carry their weight.
Well, what do you think the offense has fallen short of just a little bit, sir? Because apparently you said that offense has fallen short. Otherwise, you wouldn't have said it the way that you did.
And I will say it's fallen short. And I think a lot of it is, I think it's partially the quarterback play. I mean, a big reason the quarterback play, and whether that's health or what have you, I think that's a big reason why. And the offensive line. And I think part of the struggles of the offensive line is, even though I love the guy, is Kevin O'Connell's play calling sometimes. Like, I do think it's a lot of 7-step drops when it's not working and he just keeps going back to it. I do think that needs to change. But he started that after the Seattle game. The last 5 games of the year, I think, were when Kevin O'Connell was at his best, when he put McCarthy in good spots. And people complained, oh, he can't adjust to his quarterback. So what does he do? What does he do? He adjusts to his quarterback. Now, what happens after he adjusts to his quarterback? Oh, they took out over the middle passing concepts. Can't have that. JJ McCarthy's not good. He can't do the over the middle stuff. Or O'Connell realized he's struggling with this right now. Maybe I need to do something different. Like, people are just so on either side of the fence when they were just on the other side of the fence 5 minutes ago. Like, that's what pisses me off about that whole situation.
You know, Jamie, what I love about the conversation we're having right now, this is exactly what we do every SKOL Fest in person.
Yeah. And look, we're basically in your garage right now.
I've
had a few beers there. I've had a few beers in your garage.
Yeah.
We've had fun in my garage. You guys are some super awesome, cool people. And I'll tell you, the content you put out is just second to none, man. I love you guys, and I'm sorry I don't come every single week, but I also got some stuff going on. You know?
No worries, bro. We know.
Gotcha. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
all right, so I have one more question for you boys.
Sounds good.
Give me the predictions. Give me your predictions on this year. What we're doing. Okay, here's what I want to hear. Tell me the all pros that you think we're going to get, and then also tell me where you think. And then tell me where you think we're going to end up at the end of this year. Do we make the playoffs? What's our record?
Super Bowl.
what was the first part?
Yeah, what was the first part? Sorry.
Who's going to get Pro Bowlers and All Pros
for next season?
Yes, sir.
So look, me and Jamie both. Until someone tells me JJ McCarthy is no longer the quarterback, I think he's going to be the quarterback.
Yeah.
Now, am I talking Pro Bowl, All Pro? No.
Yes.
I'm talking significant improvement, but the one person I think this is going to affect the most is Justin Jefferson. I think Justin Jefferson has the bounce back year next year that we've been looking for. I think he's going to have a big year. And again, am I talking 1,800 yards? No, but I'm talking 12 to 14, gets his touchdowns up there. He's in the game plan every game. He's consistent. I think he's going to have a huge bounce back year, and I think he's going to be the force that people remember him as being. The people saying he lost a step, look out. He's going to prove to you he has not lost a step this year.
All right. So people are saying that he's lost a step, and you're saying, no, it's not. I'm not going to put words in your mouth. You're saying not necessarily his fault, but potentially, maybe the quarterback not playing is where it needed to should be. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you tell me why you think he's going to get back to 1,300 yards.
Because I think quarterback play and offense is just going to be more consistent. Yep. I think we're going to run the ball more. I think O'Connell brought in a guy to literally have the run, get the run game good for him. I think we're going to run the ball more. I think personally, he's going to stick to what he did the end of last year. I think he finally realized my system needs an experienced quarterback. And if I can't do that right now, I need to be better and put my quarterback in a better spot. So if it's McCarthy, I think he's going to adjust. I really do.
Jamie, you would agree with that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, obviously. He's already adjusted. So he just has to continue what he did. He just has to continue what he did to finish this last season. I mean, we went on a five-game win streak. We ran the ball over 20 times a game. JJ McCarthy played his best football. A lot of that. And it all came after Kevin O'Connell said he's going to simplify this offense and let JJ McCarthy just play football.
And I hate the people that are like, oh, he's dumbing down he said he had to dumb down the offense. Like, no, simplifying is not dumbing down. Like, it's not like Kevin O'Connell's like, oh, this guy's not smart enough. Literally saying like, hey, I don't think where we're at right now, I don't think this guy has enough experience to run the offense the way I want to run it. Like, that's not a bad thing. Like, I just know the people that want to harp on to dumb it down. I think it's it's unfair to me. He's saying he's dumbing it down. Like, simplification is totally different.
And there's not and I don't know, I can't like swear by this, but I'm like, you can't tell me that they didn't make the offense better for Drake May to succeed over with the Patriots or for Caleb Williams to succeed. Like, that's a normal thing, is changing this offense to make your young quarterback succeed. They're acting like JJ McCarthy's the first time they've ever made the offense easier for their quarterback. Not a chance.
Thank you, sir.
Not a chance. That's a normal thing. Everyone's just there's just like this hate on JJ McCarthy and this burying of JJ McCarthy. Yeah. It is what it is.
But
like
JJ McCarthy can't play this offense, and Kevin O'Connell can't adjust. Kevin O'Connell adjusts. Now you shouldn't have to adjust for JJ McCarthy. He should be able to, like, what do you want?
Like,
gentlemen, how old is JJ?
23. People don't like that argument though.
And people want to say that's not the thing. Trust me, he hasn't hit maturity yet.
Right.
I'm sorry.
And I know there's people on Twitter, of course, the faceless, nameless Twitter robots out there who call him weak-minded. Like, there was one guy. He's like, oh yeah, if you talk shit about him, he blocks you on Twitter. He's a child. He's mentally weak. I'm like, that's not mental weakness. That is literally smart. Like,
yeah, you doesn't want to fucking see that.
Like, shit. That is an adult thing to do. It's like, you know what? If you're just gonna be this way, I don't even want to see your stuff. Like, that's smart. Right. To call him weak because of that is just so freaking like it's.
Yeah. Nah, we don't like that.
A fucking chance. He hasn't even gone through puberty barely. You know what I mean? Barely. Okay. Oh, he is a child. I guess what? Call it artificial insemination. No, we know what really happened.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
all that kind of stuff.
People I think this fan base is so cynical. I think they want everyone to fail just so they can be mad that things aren't going well. Like, there are, and especially Twitter is a terrible place for people to be. I really believe that. It's nice because you can see things in real time, and that's where people break news and stuff. It's a terrible place for people to be because everyone just wants to be mad. It's the new age of America, I guess. Everyone wants to be pissy and are mad, and they want things to go bad so they can continue to be mad and talk shit about people they don't like. It's just so childish at the end of the day. Like, why can't, like, that's where, like, what we and Jamie have always done here is we take what happens and we say how we think it's good. Like, we still give opinions, but like, it's not like, oh, they made this move. I'm gonna be mad about this move all season long. Like, we say, okay, they made this move. Do I agree? Yes, no. Whatever the answer to that is, how is it going to affect this season? Like, it's just, there's some channels out there that all they want to do is rage bait. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. And well, Twitter, that's how you get the most views and stuff on Twitter and stuff. So that makes sense why people do it. But
but you guys don't fall into that stuff. You guys keep it real.
And we don't change our opinions. That's for damn sure.
No, listen, I've seen it in person and I've seen it on air too. You guys stick to who you really are.
Could be wrong.
I appreciate that.
Even with the McCarthy thing, like I think he has a chance to be good. Do I know he's going to be good? No. But to say that he has no chance of being good is fucking wrong and doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Like, what has he shown that has to say that he has zero chance at 23 years old coming off of it, other than the injury thing potentially?
And the injury thing is fair. Like, I will give you that. The injury thing is very fair.
Go for life. What's up,
go for life? Like, the injury thing is the one thing I'm like, yeah, that's what's probably going to stop this kid from being at least good in this league, is the fact that he can't stay on the field. And that's a problem. If you can't stay healthy, you can't play, right? Like, availability is the best ability. So that's where I agree with that. Like, if the kids can't stay healthy, yeah, you have to make a decision. Yeah. But I don't know. I just think that, I don't know. Again, the people out there just saying like this dude just can't play is just the thing to me. I just like, where are you getting this from? Because he had a couple bad games to start his career. Like,
well, then he finished it well, and then people still want to, like, people just on Twitter specifically, people just want to act like he's playing the same way he did up until that first Packers game. And it's just like, that's not how, I mean, he finished strong, but everyone says he's still the worst quarterback in NFL history, or like the worst statistical quarterback. And all of those type of stats was just in like the first 6 games or whatever. Yeah, ever since then, that is no longer the truth.
Yeah. Then a lot of these games too, it's like, oh, he got his ass kicked against the Packers. Okay. Didn't play well against Atlanta. Some of this other stuff, like, oh, this wasn't good. That wasn't good. Then when he is good, it's like, oh, but that defense he was playing was garbage though. How can you take the Packers defense is amazing and he's on the road?
Right.
Like, you don't want to talk about, Jamie's always said, like, they don't want to talk about the good defense he played. It's always the bad ones. He looked good against bad defenses. Like, do you know what it means if you look good against bad defenses at a baseline level? You can play in the NFL. Now, is that starting level? Maybe not. But you can't just give up on a guy after 10 games because, oh, he beat bad teams. What do you want him to do? Look like garbage? Like, no.
I mean, they probably did. So that way it was like, it wasn't even an argument or whatever, but I don't know. So we'll see what happens. I think he's going to definitely, one guy that doesn't think so. Our guy, Too Evil with the $4.99. Appreciate you, brother. Both Casey and Jamie knows it. McCarthy's art. What is it?
Being good.
Has no chance of being good. He has 0 chance of success, even if he stays healthy. As Casey says, he just can't. As Casey says, I know that's crazy. Casey says all this, but then he says he can't play.
Yeah, but come on, let's be really honest. I mean, come on, Jamie, come on. As much as I love you, let's be really honest. If you guys were doing a little contest about who has better takes and who's right more often,
that's crazy.
I think your brother might take you a little bit.
Are you talking to him, Casey?
I feel like we're pretty 50-50.
I think I would say, and this is going to be a very arrogant. This is going to be a very arrogant take, but I'm right a lot.
And there are a lot of times like we're all saying something.
Casey might have the better takes, and he might. Me and Casey, we agree on a lot of stuff. So, but I would say
on Bleacher Report, there's a lot of times like we're all saying with my piece, and then Jamie will say something. I'm just like, oh yeah, I didn't even think about that one. That's a good point.
Yeah,
I watched it. You guys are magic together. Seriously, you guys have done a really good job. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, no,
we are too. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
But no, I would say no. Casey obviously does a really great job, and
absolutely
he has a way with his words that I just don't have. But it's all good. That's the whole point.
Can I tell you what Casey does?
I got to bring the energy a little bit.
Can I tell you what Casey does that you don't? He always sends nonverbal communication in everything that he does.
Hands.
Always.
Casey does.
Always.
Someone will say something. I do give a face if something surprises me.
Dude,
I know I can see that when there's a comment that scrolls in there, you see Casey's like, oh shit,
he's doing this. He's like, oh, let me think about this for a second. But where I noticed the most was when we were at SKOL Fest.
When I'm drunk and in my element.
Yeah.
You were not drunk. We were very sober. We were out for breakfast, and you were talking with your hands, and I just made a comment about it because I do the same thing.
Hand talker.
I can't do it. You can't hand talk in this little screen, really, but I can't. But
hey, so what do you guys think about? Seriously, straight up. So what are we really going to do with the quarterback this year? And then also the running back. And I know I broached them a little bit, and you guys kind of poo-pooed it, but what are we going to do?
Quarterback. And I know I saw a wrap up here, and we can even hit on this really quick. Where was that? JJ is going to be quarterback 1, but I want Kyler to come and compete. I guess we can start there. I guess with quarterback, and I'm kind of speaking for me and Casey, probably both, is what we think is going to happen. What we kind of want to happen is JJ McCarthy does go into the season as QB1, and you get a veteran guy that you feel confident that can step in with him. And I do want a guy that can come compete with JJ McCarthy, but I do think it's going to be a scenario where it's like McCarthy's job to lose more than like a straight up competition. Obviously, if you get Kyler Murray, it's going to be a straight up competition to the point where, unless that's the thing, if we get Kyler Murray, I don't think it will even be a competition because I don't think Kyler Murray is going to go anywhere that he can't automatically be QB1. When there is other teams that would easily make him QB1.
I mean, I do think they got to bring in some competition, at least someone to have the presence of competition. But I just think Vikings fans need to just brace themselves for Geno Smith, maybe even a Derek Carr type. Like I don't think they're going to go big game. I really don't think they're going to be able to go big game swinging here. I think they're going to end up with a solid veteran who, if they need him to come in and operate the offense, he can do it. I would not hate Kirk Cousins coming back either if it was me. Just saying.
So
as long as he's okay with being backup.
Is Dave joining your guys' show again, man?
Dave, at some point, like Dave, come back. We were talking about that. Yeah,
we have to get him on again.
I don't know to come back on if Kirk Cousins is our quarterback again. You guys know you got to get rapping every Tuesday and Thursday night. Come on.
Yep. No, we will. We plan on stepping up our game as far as getting other people on again here soon. So we'll definitely do that. Move it pretty soon here, I think. But yeah, I don't know. Quarterback position. I think it really comes down to the injuries. I believe that Kevin O'Connell thinks JJ McCarthy can be that guy. I think JJ McCarthy can be that guy. Everybody does say they want competition to JJ McCarthy, which I do think is fair. I personally, I think JJ McCarthy has a lot of reasons to be motivated, and I don't even think he needs to have another quarterback in there to be motivated enough to try to succeed next year. But obviously it doesn't hurt. And I think if you bring Kirk Cousins in, if you bring a Geno Smith in, if you bring any of those guys in, those are legit competition, I think.
And I think I would not hate Carson Wentz back as quarterback 3. But another thing that I had mentioned before, too, when it comes to a Kyler Murray, like people are like, Kyler Murray's going to want to go to a place where he can start. Something that I've always thought of, it's kind of like the Daniel Jones effect with us last year, right? So let's say you got a guy like Kyler Murray who's got, you can go start for the Jets, 100% sure thing, the Jets. Or you go to Minnesota. In his mind, like, I go to Minnesota, I just have to beat JJ McCarthy and I can throw to Justin Jefferson. Yeah, I think I'm going to go there. Like, I do think there's going to be a point to that where you're going to get a quarterback like that. Who's just like, I don't want to go play for some garbage team and start for sure. I think I can go beat McCarthy in Minnesota and be that team starting quarterback. And if I can't, that probably means that McCarthy looks pretty damn good. So I think we have a spot like that too, where Jeremy Fowler, ESPN said it himself, like a lot of the potentially available quarterbacks look at Minnesota as a place they want to go because of the culture, Kevin O'Connell, what they have on offense.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to find something like that where someone might pass up a for sure starting opportunity with the idea of, I just got to go beat out JJ McCarthy and I start for the Vikings. Great.
Yeah. Which is a potential. That's like the only scenario I see where
Kyler Murray comes here.
Basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, outside of that, I don't even know. Running backs.
Seriously, that's my next year. That's where I'm going.
I know what I want to happen, but honestly, that's a position I have no idea.
We're not getting love. Come on, I know you're
even Breece Hall.
Yeah.
But Breece Hall would be the one that we would want if possible, but that would mean cutting Aaron Jones.
I will
probably
say
have
this.
The same option.
I really want us to draft a high running back, so KOC has no choice but to start running the ball. Get his ego away. Start running. When you got a stud in the back, you got to run him, right? He needs that just to save himself. I'm sorry.
He stepped up the last, but going back to the last 5 games of the season, like people might not want to believe it. He stepped up as far as this draft has some good backs. As far as he stepped up as far as running the ball. Like significantly, he said he was a balance attack, 100%. Does that mean that's going to happen going into next season? Who knows? But it's fair to say that. I mean, you can go back to these games and it's
so we can say the past 5 games. That's what he did. Why did he do it? Did he do it because he believes in a running game, or didn't believe in the young quarterback that he had, sir?
I don't think it's didn't believe in. I think it's just how can I make it easier so he can succeed? And in the same way though, it's like for him, it's like how can it make it look like I'm doing a better job being a coach too? Like I think it's
I
think that's a good question.
I hope you're dead on there.
I think there's a lot of reasons why he did it. I mean, yeah, because part of it has to be self-preservation for sure, right?
We're hoping. We are hoping that
if the offense didn't work, McCarthy looked bad. People are like, okay, so you can't trust a guy with quarterbacks and he can't adjust.
All right, which is a whole other question now. So now the GM is gone, and we have KOC and we have B-Flow. Let's be honest, guys. I don't know what your take is. They're pretty much the ones that are running the draft. Yeah. How do you see this shaking out?
I have no idea, and that's kind of why I like it. Like, I have no freaking clue. Like, it's from the outside looking in, it is kind of a mess. It's kind of a dumpster fire. Like, no one really knows what's going on with the Minnesota Vikings right now.
Sometimes the unknown can be exciting, but usually it doesn't end up good. Oh, my phone might have died. It might have.
No, hey, Jamie, it's okay. This is the better view of you, anyways.
Oh, got him.
Until you see when this camera comes back on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Oh, here comes another child.
Yo, damn.
Right back at you, bro. Never play a game with the sniper, all right? Even Casey wipes his head, puts his hands on his face. Oh my God,
Jamie, you're embarrassing me, bro. That's all right. We're all just having fun here. You all know.
We are. Come on, man. We're friends. And I apologize if I was, offending you in any way, shape, or form. I'm not trying.
Jamie's easily offended.
No, I'm not. I don't get offended.
Being in a car accident can be exciting, but doesn't mean good. I mean, that is a fair point.
Yeah, I know that's what it is. Like, being in a car accident isn't exciting, but
yeah,
I would say it is. It is kind of like the unknown is kind of like, ooh, anything could happen. But
and I think that's a big reason why they're not doing the press conferences at.
Yeah. Thank you. That's exactly dead on, sir.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
There's probably part of them that I don't know if they necessarily know what the hell's happening right now either. It's just it's weird. But again, I kind of dig it. It makes it interesting, a little different.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean it's going to end well. But I mean, as anyone else would say, it can't get any worse as far as when it comes to the draft.
Fair point. Yeah.
Well, it almost gives us as, patrons and viewers a little more say in what we think might happen, just so we can buy a little ownership how bad we fail, because we know it's going to happen. Sorry. Was that my outside voice?
That's right. At least we have an excuse.
Yeah,
true.
I don't know. Well, it's interesting. I'm excited to see what happens. I think McCarthy could be solid. I'm excited to see how we do operate the offense, what we've got.
Adam in the building.
Hey, what's going on, Adam?
So what do you guys think where do you guys see the GM thing going? What are you guys thinking? What do you
I think it's a trial test for Kevin O'Connell. No one wants to. It's the last thing any Kevin O'Connell people want to hear, but it's going to be, I feel like it could be a trial test for KOC. Because if they knock this out of, that's me assuming that KOC is the one really running the show here.
But also, I think they're almost like, because again, what actually went on behind the scenes, I don't know. But I think this is kind of their way of like, okay, the GM's gone. Kevin, whatever you think needs to happen, make it happen. But if it doesn't work out, you're the guy on the chopping block right now. Because Rob Brzezinski's been here forever. He's always going to be here. He's probably not going to be the GM. But if you want this to work out, like, it's up to you, man. And if it doesn't work, then we're probably going to let you go. We're going to bring in a new GM. He's going to hire his own head coach. We'll go from there. Or if it does work out, they might just bring, because I think Kevin O'Connell is a selling point to a potential GM, right? So I don't know. I think this is O'Connell's chance to.
Can I have you say that one more time? So you're saying that the coach KOC is a selling point to a GM? I actually would agree with that, to be honest with you.
I think so, especially depending on it. And I think if this year goes well, I think Wilf's going to be able to sell that to a GM prospect. Like, we let this guy run the team. Look how he did. Now you get in there and give him some help so we can get back to coaching. We're set.
So who are you looking at? Who you want as a GM? Who you guys got your eyes on?
I think like George Payton, if the Broncos don't bring him back, makes a ton of sense.
Yeah,
that's like one of the guys I'm looking at.
Well, otherwise, I'm like, I don't really know. I don't really know enough GMs Unless it was like an obvious guy that we already knows has success, and then he like isn't on a team or something. But these new guys, GM's a tough one because like it's a lot of like these young guys that come from nowhere, and you're like, all right, let's see. I don't know. Even Quasi, obviously, like comes from the end. We tried to do something different with him or whatever, but I had no idea who he was until we got him.
You know, if I'm in that business position to make that decision, I'm going to look around to all the teams that have done a really good job of drafting over the past 5 to 10 years, and I will take that assistant and hire him as my GM. Because come on, let's be brutally honest. On a scale of 1, okay, let's put a letter grade on it. All right, A, B, C, D, D minus, D plus. Let's stick in the D's. How have we done the past 4 years, boys?
In drafting?
Yep.
D plus.
Oh my!
Like all the good picks are the first rounders that basically fell to us in those spots. Yeah, it hasn't been good.
No.
Like it's been.
Well, if your kicker's your best pick, if your kicker's your best pick ever, your best pick you've ever had, then
don't you ever take Will the Thrill out of being fucking successful. But I respect your point, bro. Think about what you just said. Your best draft pick is a kicker. It's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
Which is fine
based on where you drafted them and stuff too. Yeah.
Well, now Hunter's been coming. Come on, guys. Hunter came on.
Or Turner, Dallas Turner.
Yeah, Dallas Turner.
I apologize.
I'm a big Dallas Turner guy. I think
Dallas Turner's could be. I mean, he's young too, but he's another guy. People just he's a bust. He's the youngest player in the NFL, but he's a bust. And then give him a year, and now he's like, oh, maybe he has potential. That's how quick things change. Like everyone's gonna love JJ McCarthy after the first 3 weeks. Watch.
Tell you what though, I mean, if McCarthy's good and I'm him, I'm not even like, I would never accept the fan base again. Like I'd be telling them everything I do the rest of my career is in spite of all you guys. You're already off the bandwagon. I ain't let you back on.
Wait. Say that again for me, please.
I said if McCarthy's good, if I'm him, I'm being a fucking cynic. Like I am telling if you jumped off the bandwagon, I don't want you back. You stay off.
I mean, there's some savages out there in this fan base.
I'd have a hard time saying that I didn't agree with you so much there, sir.
Yeah, I would be like, fuck you too. I mean, Kirk Cousins didn't even get that level.
Did you just queef?
Me?
What did you say?
That was you.
You said Kirk Cousins.
Oh,
TC, tell him he said it.
I said Kirk Cousins.
No, that's what he meant Kirk Cousins. Yeah.
Yeah. I said Kirk Cousins didn't even get as much hate as McCarthy did. I don't think so. Like over a long period of time, but from like a short period of time.
Why is that?
It's just because of that. It's because it became it became like the thing in the media. That's why. Like his little 9 thing going that viral made talking shit about JJ McCarthy the thing that gets views. That's literally the reason. That's why it's still sticking around.
Yeah.
For sure.
The fact to me that he could like live through that shit and still play a decent football at the end of the year to me is something that it shows he's not mentally.
Not just that, but even like freaking do the quarterback sneak and the gritty into the end zone. Like that dude was like, I don't give a fuck what you all are saying, and he just showed swag out there to me, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like that. I think he has the mentality you want 100%, in my opinion. I don't care what anyone says about the 9 stuff, whatever.
And that's what Collinsworth said. Like when he gritted, like this is why they don't want to give up on him, because he has this in him. You just got to stay healthy on the field and play better. Yeah. Like it's all what it comes down to.
Hey, gentlemen, I did some things back in my day, and I'll tell you right now, the guy I want in my foxhole is the one that's going to fucking stare at me and make me say, "Are you weird?" That's the guy I want in my foxhole. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been organized national hate campaign against JJ. I stand with the kid. Like that's 100% accurate. It really has.
Yeah, I mean, he had all the 9 thing. It created it for everybody.
It did.
It became the thing.
Even for me, I went like, "What the hell? What the?"
I didn't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I mean, saying it maybe, but I'm like, I don't know. That's like to me, right when he said that, I'm like, that's like a super common thing for people to have this alter ego on the field compared to off the field type
I do
situation.
love it.
Like people do that all the time. Obviously, you got Justin Jefferson who's successful, but he does it. That shit don't matter to me at all. Like saying that he has this alter ego named 9 when he's just saying that he's a different guy on the field than he's off the field. Of course he is. You ain't gonna be. And Adam Thielen said it the best. Like I'm not the same guy. I'm not the father of my son on the field as I am off the field. Of course you're not.
You ever seen Casey at a wedding? We know he's not the same guy either.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. There's proof behind that.
I know. There's a reason I said it. Your mom proved it.
Speaking of, I mean, both his parents liked our video, so.
That's a good point. Good point.
You know, let me ask you this. So what do you think Will is going to hit this year? What's the longest he's going to hit?
80.
Indoors or outdoors?
80 outdoors in the wind. Wind towards him.
Probably like 6'7".
6'7".
67, you know.
I think that's fair. Jamie, what are you saying? 80?
80 with the wind, towards the wind.
80 against the wind.
Yeah, 80 against the wind.
All right.
I mean, honestly, what was his top last year?
62, wasn't it?
62? 63?
I'll give him.
Alexa, what was the longest kick from Will the Thrill last year for the Minnesota Vikings? Hang on.
I like these.
I don't have specific information about Will Grier's longest touchdown pass for the Vikings last year. Would you like to know about the Vikings' overall passing stats?
No.
Yes.
Go back to grade school. I would rather listen to the guys that I think I have confidence in. I know I have nothing in you anymore. Yeah, that was for you. Goodbye.
Fucking Alexa, dude. You can't count on her for nothing.
I do know, but I do love her, man.
62 yards.
62 yards.
62.
I'll go with the. I like Norris here. I like 60. No, two-toned over here. That 67's looking nice. I mean, we could just round out to 69.
There we go.
What a creep, dude. You're going to have no more kids. You're going to have bud babies now.
I know. I'm surprised that I even had someone let me have one.
Yeah. I'll just tell you that she's probably the biggest gift to the face of this earth to be able to allow you to have a child. And I just hope, dude, I hope that child has half the skill that you have, because that's going to be a very successful child.
Well, I appreciate that. It's about time I got
hopefully just better on the mic though.
Yeah. I can't keep my phone on battery.
Nah, dude, you're going to be a good dad. I already see that you're a good dad. And I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Gary.
So Casey.
Yep.
Have you even touched boobs yet?
When did this get into like deep life conversations? Man? This is a football podcast. What are we doing here?
Because I always fuck with you, dude. You know that. Fumbled. I apologize. Yeah, you fumbled. All right. Okay. So back to football conversations. So how many punts are we gonna get inside the 5-yard line next year? You think?
Inside the 5, like 3?
Yeah, the 5.
It's hard to do.
Hard to do for us.
It's hard to do in general. Inside the 5.
I actually think we have a coffin kicker, guys. He did pretty good the past few years.
With him, yeah,
he's better last year for sure. Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes a belly helps
People
a good.
We're ready
kick.
to get rid of him though. People wanted him fired.
I was.
Casey was all over him.
For Ryan Wright. Yeah. Like, let's be honest. If it wasn't for a bad hold by Oscar Chapman or whatever.
It was Chapman, just so you know, sir.
If it wasn't for a bad hold in a preseason game that made Reichard miss a kick, he might be our punter.
For real.
Yeah. Interesting stuff.
But all right, Gary, we're going on 2 hours here.
Yeah, Gary comes in and we make a 1 hour show in 2 hours.
I just have 2 more questions, if I may.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or do you want to give me 1, or you give me 2?
You got both. Go right ahead.
All right. So help the community understand why you guys think you're getting better at what you're doing and why you mean something to the community.
Why do we think?
Philosophical. I think we're different than other podcasts are, like, I mean, we're probably a little more, I would say we're probably a little more purple Kool-Aid, but I think nowadays people have gotten, like, since the season went bad, people have gotten so on the other side of things that they want to just take the things and turn them into rage bait shows. Not everybody, but a lot of people. I don't know, just bitch about everything going on instead of like trying to spin it in a positive way, which can be a bad thing because it's like sometimes you're not willing to look at like all the negatives. But I think Jamie and I are pretty good about bringing the negatives up while also realizing like we can still be positive about things, but yet still have issues. I think that's one thing we do differently than a lot of other people do.
I think one thing we do differently than everybody else is we're just right more.
Okay, wait a minute. That's the wrongest thing I've ever heard.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
No, I know you are. But I will say this, Casey, what you said, I'm telling you, is dead on. And Jamie, what you said too
was also dead wrong.
That oxymoron that you said was beautiful as well too. My last question to you guys: are we gonna make the playoffs next year? If we do,
yeah. A lack of injuries to the quarterback position. No, dude, I think if we have consistency at quarterback, there's no question.
For me, the biggest thing comes down to O'Connell. And are you willing to commit to the run? Is the offensive line going to be better? And no matter what you do at quarterback, because the offense needs to be more efficient. Like if you look at his EPA per play, the efficiency ratings and the DVOA stuff, like his offense hasn't been great. I still think he's a good offensive mind. He's shown that he can put up yards, he can put up points, but I do think efficiency is something we run into. And the issue the main issue for that is running the football. Like I think he does need to commit to running more. And I think he just needs to put his quarterback, whoever it is, in better spots to succeed. And utilize Justin Jefferson before the second quarter, please. We don't do that enough. Like when we needed to get him to 1,000 yards against the Packers, that little pop pass thing, do that. I don't care. Get the ball into Justin Jefferson's hands right away. Like that's what's going to make this team successful. Get your best players the football.
Yeah. Well, right. and just going off of what he said is the reality is, I don't care what anybody says. This offense has talent. This offense is talented. You got Justin Jefferson. You got Jordan Addison. I mean, whatever you want to think about TJ Hawkinson, if we get a new tight end, we've spent the money on the offensive line. They didn't step up as much as we would have liked them last year, but you still got your second year with Donovan Jackson, who also was going through an injury. The injuries on the offensive line, I think that was the biggest issue. So like the injuries can always screw us over. But if everybody was healthy, if JJ McCarthy just was healthy all year, the offensive line was healthy all year, obviously, you can't just say that.
But back in college, you're also going to bang a 10. We know that ain't happened either.
No, yeah. Anyways, but I'm just saying the talent is there. And if everybody was healthy or at least somewhat healthy, my phone's going to die again. There's no reason to believe that this offense can't take a big step forward to what they did last year. There's no chance. That's the reason why all these quarterbacks want to come play here. It's because they know that there's a lot of offensive talent here. That's it. That's all it takes. If we take a minor step forward on offense, we'll make a playoffs. We were one game from making playoffs last year.
Mm-hmm. Come on. We were 2 plays away. One kickoff. Anyways, Casey, the one thing I want to say, I know you guys are dying. You heard me say your phones were dying. I heard you say that. Casey, I want you to know that the more I watch you, the more I realize just how, thank God you're pretty, because you're the dumbest son of a bitch in the face of the earth, and your takes mean nothing to me.
Ouch.
You talking to me?
No.
Okay, man. Yeah, I agree.
The more I hear Casey, the smarter he gets. He's like a fine-aged wine.
That's why people just need to listen to me more.
I know. That's what I've been saying.
Back when it was me, Jamie, back when it was me, you and Dave, I could barely get a sentence in with you two. You guys are too busy arguing about Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins got brought up, and it was go time.
Well, I will tell you this, gentlemen. I absolutely love your show. I love your takes. I love your intellect. I love the way that you build in. I love the ways you build in the community. And I want you guys know that I think that you're a winning, successful, divide in what you have within what you're bringing to the community. And I really appreciate it. And I thank you for it. And I'd kind of be lost without guys like you, to be honest with you.
Hey, we appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. We'd be lost without you too, Gary. You were like the first super fan of the show.
I was your first fan.
Yeah, that's probably right. Yeah.
I was the first one that sent you this, you remember? You remember that?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. My very first sent to you guys, you were brand new, and I sent you the finger, like, what was that? I'm like, fuck you, I don't want to hear it. Anyways, I think you guys are special. You guys are very good at what you do, and just keep on trucking, doing what you're doing. Jamie, just keep taking care of your wife and keep taking care of your son. And Casey, just make sure you keep spitting in your hand while you're taking care of that rub off, right?
I hope my parents aren't still in here because they don't need to hear that stuff.
I'm gonna mess with you. I love you boys. Bye, man. I'm sorry if I offended you.
No, you're good, man. We appreciate you. Thank you. Turned a 1 hour show into a 2 hour show, Gary. I don't know how you do it.
I bet we can get another 15 minutes. Can I ask one last question? Seriously, one last question.
Yeah, last one.
Seriously,
I'm gonna get
very last one. All right.
Yeah.
Why do you think that KOC should be fired halfway through the season and Beeflo gets the head coach job?
For me, it's if because people can say if the offense looks bad. I think if the team's not good, the record's bad, and you can tell people are starting to quit. Like as soon as the effort goes away, bring a bad
loses the locker room.
Yeah, pretty much exactly that. Yeah,
it can't start like it did last season.
Yeah,
you just can't.
No. Yeah, he's got to keep people together. He's got to win some football games. It just has to look good.
The offense needs to be.
It was a mess for the first half of last year.
Mm-hmm. There was. All right. So, what's one way that you would improve upon SKOL Fest from what you had last year?
What would we do?
That's something we got to have the chats about, like what we want it to be, because I feel like all 3 years it's been a little bit different. Like, you know what I mean? Like all 3 years I've had a little bit. Like now it's like out of those 3 years, what parts did we like the most? And what parts do we like the least, and how can we like make it the best? You know what I mean? Like every year it's been a little bit like every year's been different how we set it up. So I think that's kind of the big thing is deciding what you want it to be at the end of the day. Because like I feel like we went from like the first show was more of like the actual like show with some whatever, and this last one felt more of just like, you know, like an event party almost. You know what I mean?
What do you mean almost?
I drank a lot.
That's one thing I think I could do to make it better is drink less during the act.
I had 5 drinks the whole night, and I had $1,000 bill on my credit card. What the fuck? You guys are soaps.
I didn't. Wait, it wasn't me. We got you back on that, right?
No, yeah, of course we did. Right? Stop that. That's not where I'm going. No,
well, I know that, but I'm just saying.
It was the end of the night when everybody said, "Let's start doing some shots," and it was shots. And you know what? I had a great time. Always have, and I always will. And I want you guys to know that. You know, there's a reason why I listen to your stuff. Is because I have nobody else to listen to.
Gary, we got to get off here before you start making me cry on here, man.
Yeah.
No, but we've gone on for 2 hours. We got to let people get back to their evenings here. I actually still haven't had dinner yet, so I'm pretty hungry. I got to go get
already in the doghouse.
But Gary, we appreciate you joining. We hope to see you at very least in the comments more often here throughout the off season. Everybody else, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We will see you guys. I won't see you next Monday, but Jamie will most likely see you guys next Monday. Combine this weekend, check that out. We have Bleacher Report stuff going up all week. Make sure to keep an eye out on that as well. But for us here, for Gary, thank you guys so much. See you guys next time.
SKOL Vikes.
Peace out.